guys, JH6, welcome back to the channel. We definitely appreciate you guys watching Sunday, and we got Nick here as always. You know, this is like maybe 4 or 5 Sundays in a row. I appreciate you showing up, Nick.
Hey, no problem, man. Anytime,
Right,
any
cool.
day, every day.
So I'm gonna every day. Well, I don't know about every day, but we gotta work. All right, so I'm gonna put his channel information down below. Check him out. Subscribe to his channel. He puts out good stuff. You got anything going on in your channel?
Right now, we're releasing videos every single day on various topics. A lot of concealed carry, like we're gonna be talking about here. Then, of course, every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we stream live, Practically Tactical streams live on my YouTube channel.
All right, cool, man. Thank you so much for showing up. So, what are we talking about today?
Hey, today we're gonna talk about double versus single stack guns, specifically for concealed carry.
Interesting topic. I know a lot of you guys are gonna have comments, so definitely put them down below. But right now I carry a Glock 43, which is a single stock. You know, I own a bunch of double stock guns. I do have a couple of opinions on that. I'm going to talk about that in about a second, but you want to share the story you were talking about?
Yeah, so for everybody out there, you're going to need to Google this, or he actually has a YouTube video on it, and his YouTube name is Zandrian, if I'm saying that right. It's Z-A-D-R-I-A-N. Jarhead, I'll give you that link so you can put it in the show notes below. Cool. But basically, it was a gentleman who was carrying a single stack 9mm, and by the way, this happened just last year, and he was carrying it. He happened to walk out of like a Applebee's or Chili's or something, and it just so happened that it got robbed, I think, after he walked out. But the issue was not necessarily that one individual person, was more people ended up showing up that were involved in this robbery type of deal. And so, you know, if you look at, you know, a single stack, I want to say he had an M&P shield, which we're talking, you know, 6, 7, 8 rounds, 9 rounds. But you look at that, okay, that many rounds, and then you're talking 4 or 5 people together in this whole situation. That's not really giving you the best odds if something unfortunate like that were to happen. And so, you know, just based off experience, he said, wow, if had something went down, I am really ill prepared for having to deal with multiple threats. So it was an interesting story. Definitely, you know, it makes you think.
Yeah, that's definitely pretty hardcore if you ever find yourself in that type of situation. But now, I mean, thinking about this, I hate to say this, but, you know, a lot of times we could what if things, you know, like people could say, well, you know what, if you have a Glock 17 and you find yourself with a terrorist attack where guys are holding an AK-47, then you screw. So is a single stack pistol, is that a bad idea for concealed carry? I mean, you carry Glock 17. What kind of push you to do that?
I mean, so we'll take, for example, so I have a Glock 17 right here. And then I also have a Glock 42 right here. I carry a +2 extension on my Glock 42, so I can carry 8+1 or 9 rounds. But in my Glock 17 right now, I can carry 18 rounds, so 17 + 1. Right. For me, it's just a simple fact of I can just carry more bullets inside my gun. You know, to fire the same amount of rounds of one magazine in my Glock 17 from my 42, you know, I'd have to go through 2 mags plus just to equal the same amount of firepower that's in my Glock 17. Firepower, I'm saying based off of ammunition, not caliber.
Yeah.
So for me, that's simple.
If I carry a revolver 6-shot, that would not be good for you.
Well, and here's the thing too: is statistically speaking, that's enough rounds. So if you base off of statistics, that's enough rounds. I'm using air quotations there. But do you ever want just enough? You know, do you ever want to just be the guy that trains the minimum or does the minimum? So for me, you know, for me, it's simple. But there's also a couple other aspects which I don't think a lot of people consider as attachments. So I am a big advocate of lights. I'm a big advocate of weapon mounted lights. So the issue is a lot of single stacks, for example, like my Glock 42, Glock 43. Unless they do some trigger guard type of stuff, you can't attach anything onto it. Versus this has a standard. Well, Glocks are a little bit different, but their weapon rail, I can put stuff on there, lights, lasers, what have you. And so that's also a big deciding factor for me as well. That usually those full-size guns give you that ability to mount some sort of attachment or accessory, which again can just be a force multiplier.
Yeah, I got. I mean, I think the Mr. Guns and Gear put a video on the TLR 6 for the 43 and 42, but again, is not going to be as. It's not going to give you the same capabilities of the TLR 1. We're looking at. I don't even know how many lumens, but we're not looking to even closer to the TLR 1, especially
No.
the HL model. So yeah, I mean, man, you know what? When it comes to double stock versus single stock, I mean, I get it. The more rounds is the better, especially for some of the guys out there that don't have any training. Some guys who say, well, you know what, in a confrontation may only take 2 to 3 rounds, but that's 2 to 3 rounds for somebody that possibly know how to use a gun. For somebody that doesn't know how to use a gun, may take double that. So, I mean, I experienced combat, and you're never gonna complain for having more. You're not gonna complain for having more, but at the same time, it's one of those things that if you're gonna carry a gun, some people don't have the motivation to carry a Glock 17, man. Like me and you and some of the guys that watch the channel are guys that really enjoy guns. The basic American just want to put a small gun in a purse, carry a small gun that is not going to get in the way. So a lot of guys are not going to carry a full size gun. So are those guys not well protected? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but I mean, again, it just goes off of FBI statistics are generally if some sort of attack or whatever happens, it's generally more than one person. I mean, again, we're just going off of averages there, but again, I mean, are there roles for single stack guns? Absolutely. They're easy to conceal. So that is obviously a big advantage. But, going back to like this person's story, hey, whoever says it's just going to be one person or just be 2 people, look for a home invasion. Generally, you're talking 2 or more people. If I have to defend my home, do I want to do it with a Glock 42 or a Glock 43, or do I want a Glock 17?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, is it a little bit more of a pain to carry? Sure. But the bonuses far outweigh that. I can add some sort of attachment. I generally have a longer sight radius. You have more options for sights on the longer full-size frame guns. You can do more modifications to them. And the biggest thing is you can carry more rounds. 2 mags for Glock 17, I can carry 34 plus 1 in the pipe. So that's, 35 rounds versus 2 mags on a stock Glock 42 or 43. You're talking, you can carry 14 rounds.
Yeah. So essentially people should start in a smaller gun and then kind of go up to a full size gun as they get more familiar with the guns. Which is
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, what's the most popular gun in America? Glock 19. This conceals great. It's home defense great. It's an all around great gun. I think a Glock 19 or similar-ish size double stack is a good place to start.
Okay. So when I put my Glock 19 in the safe and I take my Glock 43, you kind of get scared. You'd be like, no, why are you doing that?
I mean, carry a gun is better than nothing. And again, I think there's absolutely great roles for single stack guns. There are times that I carry my Glock 42, but whatever gun you carry, you just make sure you understand its limitations. If I'm out with my family at the mall, for example, and an active shooter situation happened, I am limited by the rounds that I have in my gun. So that might change how I approach that situation. So instead of maybe actually trying to stop the active shooter in some sort of situation, I need to save every single round that I have in this gun because I only have a very limited amount. Versus a Glock 17 and I have 2 mags, that changes the game a little bit to where, hey, I can, if I need to, I don't necessarily need to worry about my round count. So I think understanding what gun you carry, the limitations and the positives of the gun that you carry, and basing your self-defense situation and how you prepare off of that, then you're going to be better far off. So carry what works for your plan and live within your plan.
All right, cool. So here's the thing I'm going to say. I got a video on the Glock 19 versus 43, and I'm kind of going to finish this by saying single stock pistols, perfectly good, work pretty well for me for concealed carry, but this is definitely not a home defense pistol. This is definitely not a combat pistol, a go to war pistol. Once I carry this for concealed carry, I'm giving a lot of capabilities away. And like Nick says, I understand that. I understand that I got 6+1, but I also got to understand that I'm giving capabilities away. To say that this is a better choice than this is just being ignorant at all. Glock 17 is a combat gun. So to me, it's kind of like if you're looking for your first gun, you shouldn't go to something like this because this is not going to meet all your requirements. This is going to meet one requirement, possibly concealed carry. But to me, this doesn't meet the home defense, survival, combat, all that good stuff pistol. So either A, go for a Glock 19, which is kind of gonna serve all those capabilities, or B, you're gonna have to buy another gun. You know what I'm saying? Single stock guns are good for concealed carry, but you're gonna have to buy another pistol for home defense, something like a Glock 17, just because of all the things that you mentioned already. So that's kind of my idea with that. What do you think about that?
No, I think you're absolutely on point.
All right, cool. You got anything else going on you want to pass?
Nope, just recording the shows, putting out videos, and keep tuning into the Jarhead 6 channel because you're putting out some great videos, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. All right, guys. So check out the links below. Check out Nick's channel. Go ahead and subscribe to his channel. He puts out great content. As always, if you guys got any comments, put them below. Let me know what you think. Just give us some ideas and start a conversation down there in the comments. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe to this channel. Share the videos. And God is in control.